Another Saturday. We are here live at the Gorilla Cross Studios. Let the ball bounce sports talk. We appreciate everybody that's chiming in with us right now. Of course, Quan59 is on the boards, man. As always, we appreciate you, family. Shout out Dre Bailey out there in Long Beach, visiting the real cookie this weekend, man. So you got your boy, man, Dolo Solo, in the studio today, man. Got a lot on the docket for you guys today. Got a little bit of Masters news, got a little bit of MLB news, and a whole lot of NBA news, man, as the brackets have formed. What, one game left in the regular season? 2 games left for some people?
Couple teams have 2 games.
Couple teams have 2 games. Those are some postponements and stuff like that. But you're in live, man. It's your guy, Goose Thomas, man. Shout out Dre Bailey, man. Shout out Bill Blockham Logan. Shout out Sherm the Worm. What's going on this afternoon, y'all? It's a beautiful day in Las Vegas. 75 degrees outside, little breeze. Sound like a golf day to me. But we got some golf on the tube today, man. 3rd round of the Masters out there at Augusta National. Scotty Scheffler is your leader right now at 7 under par. You got Tiger Woods on the tee box right now at the 18th. He's plus 11 for the tournament. Did just make the cut yesterday. He looks a little ginger walking around the course, bro. If you've ever been to Augusta National or ever watched it on television, you can tell that it's very, very hilly, uphill, downhill. So it takes a toll. And people think, oh, golf is it's a walking game. It doesn't take a toll on your body. Well, ask Tiger Woods how much of a toll it's taken on his body over the last, I don't know, almost 30 years as a pro. Ask him.
And now that where he is in the rankings, he's not top 10 in the Masters.
No.
Not
Right
sure where
now,
he's
I think
at,
he's high 20s right now. Plus 11. He might have fell even further than that. But I mean, as a past champion, knows my love for cigars and the sport of golf. Knows that I get up for these majors, in particular the Masters. So still a lot of golf to be played. It's movement day, as they say, where the leaderboard changes. People, that were down in the standings end up coming back, and it's happened. Colin Morikawa, want to say he was in low 20th. Now I think he's in the top 5 right now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's in 2nd. He's 1 stroke back of Nikolai Hogard, who just took the lead over Scotty Scheffler. So still a lot of golf to be played, man. Another 18 holes tomorrow. Everybody who's familiar with the sport knows that that Sunday call by Mike Tirico and Vern Lundquist is some legendary stuff. So definitely stay locked in with the Masters coverage here moving forward. Quan, I don't see the feed, bro. I'm trying to get the feed out to you guys. I don't see it though. Hold tight, guys. We're gonna get to it. There it is. All right, cool. So we're gonna get that out to you guys right now, man. Get this feed out. Again, man, let's let the ball bounce sports talk. I'm your guy, Goose Thomas. Again, shout out to Dre Bailey, Bill Blockham Logan, and Sherm the Worm. So everybody that's on our YouTube page or on our Facebook page, I just posted the YouTube feed. So everybody tap in, man. Let the ball bounce sports talk on YouTube. Tap in with us, man. Please like and subscribe to the channel. We're going to be doing everything from our YouTube page from now on when it comes to the show. So make sure you like and subscribe. Please, please, please like and subscribe to our YouTube page, man. So again, Masters coverage, man, is Saturday. Looking at Terrell Hatton right now, looks like his approach shot that he's about to address now. Terrell Hatton's been in contention here for all 3 days, and I gotta look when the graphic comes up to see where he is in the standings as of right now. But he's been playing good golf for the last 2+ days here as well. Another one of those guys that came from the PGA Tour and went to live. Him, Brooks Koepka, Bryson DeChambeau, who's also among the leaders. Phil Mickelson, who's also playing this weekend as well. Joaquin Neiman, Patrick Reed. A lot of those guys out there from live, man, that still get the invite back to Augusta. For those that follow me on Facebook, man, I was actually supposed to be in Augusta earlier this week for the practice rounds, but that trip got botched. Those people that botched it are to remain nameless. I'm not going to give them any publicity right now, which is it's kind of unlike me. I'm usually giving everybody some type of publicity, but I'm not going to give these guys any today. So, because it's not in the name of love that I'm going to be giving this publicity, man. So I'm going to let them breathe. But yeah, man. A lot of golf still to be played. A lot of good golf has been played, man. Scotty Scheffler started out crazy earlier today. Birdied the first hole off a chip shot. He got caught in the rough there, man, and on his approach, and he chips in a birdie, man, to start things out, man. So Tiger Woods +11 for the tournament, man. He's on his second shot at the 18th. So I just hope that he makes it all the way around, because everybody knows what Tiger Woods has been through as far as his injuries are concerned. The car accident, which he's never truly recovered from, and you can tell the effects that it's had on him. Going forward, it's a little treacherous, and he's 48 years old. So add that into take that into consideration with all the injuries, man. It's really a blessing that he's even able to walk. He's essentially out there on one leg anyway, but it's amazing that he's even able to walk, considering he sustained a compound fracture in that car accident. So again, man, a lot of golf to be played, and keep tuning in, man. Masters, bro. Augusta National, man. One of the, probably in sports, not just in golf, but in sports, probably one of the greatest venues in all the sports. We're talking about Augusta National. So, yeah, man. What's on your mind, Quan, man? What you been up to, brother?
Trying to get these homeless people to leave my alley.
Well, that's not gonna happen, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it can, but
bring the water hose out.
I mean that. Ooh.
Oh wait, that
yeah.
I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Let's.
Oh, there's a black guy there.
Yeah,
but
let's not do that.
3 of them are white.
Yeah.
So we can hose them, right?
I just saw one. Yeah, just don't hose the black dudes, man. It's not a good look. But no, man. It's.
But they just posted up there last night, and I've been trying to get them to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is private property over there.
It is. It is very much so. Very much so.
And it smells really bad. I drove by it and
does.
Like that little area smells really bad, and it wasn't like that until they pulled all their stuff up there.
Right. Yeah.
But other than that,
it's tough.
Lakers barely winning. Golf. Like I'll have it on because of Tiger. I don't watch golf unless it's Tiger. I really don't.
Right.
So I don't know what I'm gonna do when he finally is done.
Right.
Because the Masters is pretty much the only thing I watch.
Right. There's some, some other good tournaments, the Players Championship, PGA Championship, other majors out there. The Open Championship is always a good
I just don't have any golfers I like anymore.
Right.
Like back in the day, it was Greg Norman.
Yeah, of course.
There was a lot of players, back then that I liked. But now it's like Tiger, everyone else, like I don't care. There's so many sports now, bro. Like it's hard for me to keep up with everything.
Absolutely. I guess you got to really be... I think you got to really be a golf buff.
Yeah,
see, I play, so you really got to be like a golf buff to really follow everything. Like I don't watch every single tournament, not every single live tournament, not every single PGA Tour tournament, but I definitely am tuned in when it comes to the majors for sure. So yeah, man. Looking at Tiger Woods right here on the 18th, this looks like his birdie putt. It's a long birdie putt, man. Probably 40 feet or so uphill. Let's see if he can sink it and end out on a good note. But he's been struggling all day. I think he might be +5 for the day, +6 for the day. He's been struggling mightily, man, just to get around the course. So that's a good lag putt right there, man. Tap in for par for him, and he'll close out his day, man. Yeah, he looks anguished, bro. The crowd really is what really keeps him going, I think.
Yeah.
Because I can't see it any other way, bro. He would have probably quit already. Honestly. You don't feel the pain, but looking at him, you can feel just how much pain he's in, bro. Yep. You really can, man. So salute to Eldrick Tiger Woods, man. Legendary, man. One of the greatest of all time for sure. Little baseball news. Everybody knows I'm a Braves fan, and this morning we got the news that Spencer Strider has a torn UCL and will be out for the remainder of the year. That kind of hurts a little bit. I came into this year real hopeful for this pitching staff. I thought it was a luxury that we ended up getting Chris Sale, and I didn't think he would have to do a whole lot, but now I see that he does. So now it's him and Max Fried, pretty much, and Charlie Morton, who's on a downslide of his career, as our three main starters, and we got a spot start the other two spots. So it's going to be a little tough, going forward, as far as pitching. Still got one of the top 2-3 lineups in the league as far as hitting is concerned, so I'm not really concerned about offense. I'm just concerned about getting outs. And pitching is, it's scarce, bro. It's scarce around Atlanta right now. So, yeah. I'm not all the way worried because, of course, the season really just started, so I'm not overly concerned. Pretty sure, front office will get something done as far as that is concerned. I don't know what we look like as far as pitching in our farm system, and if anybody is actually ready to come up and spot start for us, or even take over one of those slots. But it just, as far as pitching is concerned, it just doesn't look good right now. So, but we'll see going forward, though. So, appreciate everybody again chiming in, man. It's a beautiful day here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Again, like I said, man, great day for golf. But I'm here with you guys because I love you guys, man. We've been doing this thing almost 13 years, man. Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk. Myself, Trey Bailey, again, Bill Logan. We've been giving it to you for quite some time, and we don't plan on stopping. So we appreciate everybody that chimes in with us on a weekly basis, everybody that shows us love on our Facebook page, on our Instagram page, man. We just appreciate you guys so much because it's not anybody that's ever spoken in front of a crowd knows that that's not easy. But just imagine speaking to that crowd. You're here behind a microphone and everybody's listening to you. I think that's even harder, to be honest with you, than having somebody staring at you, because you can look them in their eyes and see their reactions if you're doing public speaking. But getting on this radio every week, stating your opinion and having to hold on to that opinion is probably the hardest thing to do. So we appreciate everybody, man, that shows us love and that values us and that makes us a part of your week every week. We thank you for that. Yeah, man. Early in the Major League Baseball season, I like to talk about players more so than teams, to be honest. You got some great young, exciting players out there. Matt Holliday's son just got called up. Jackson Holliday in the Baltimore Orioles system. He's a stud infielder, 19-year-old stud. Didn't spend a whole lot of time in the minors before he got the call a couple of days ago. So it's going to take him some time to get acclimated. I think he went 0 for 4 in his debut, but he's a hell of a defender, man. He's a hell of a hitter, man. So he'll be making his mark here real soon, man. I have no doubt about it. There was a tweet. I want to say it was 2014, 13, that Buster Olney sent out. Now, mind you, this kid is only 19 years old, 20 years old right now. So go back 10, 11 years. The kid might have been 8, 9 when Buster Olney tweeted this out.
Oh, no.
But somebody like Buster Olney, like I look to him, as far as baseball is concerned, I look to him to give me the I guess the scoop on individual players. I look to Buster Olney for that. And he tweeted out, again, it was at least a decade ago, that Jackson Holliday would be a stud and that he was one of the best hitters he had ever seen. At 9 years old.
I thought this was going to be one of those racist tweets.
No.
It's like, he was only 9. Don't blame him for the tweets that he did when he was 9.
Nah. Jackson didn't get caught up in that. And those Buster Olney's words. And to see this kid, getting called up and being a starter for a Baltimore Orioles team that won 100 plus games last year, it's a pretty decent feat, man, if you ask me. So I like the kid. I've liked what I've seen from him so far. Just to be 19, 20 years old. He's taking it all in stride, man. So I like what I'm seeing from him so far. So, yeah, man. UFC 300. Quan.
Is that today?
This is from what I looked at. And I think we were talking before the show, and I believe you agreed with me. Probably the best card from top to bottom that has ever been put forth. What do you think, bro?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you got Davison Figueiredo and Cody Garbrandt opening up the card, which are two former champions.
Two former champs.
So for that to be an early prelim,
that's crazy.
Usually early prelims are fighters that might be fighting their first fight, or maybe have been in the UFC for a long time and just lose all the time, and just trying to stay around.
Yeah.
You don't see the first fight being a fight you have to watch.
Yeah.
And this is, every fight in here is a fight that could headline a fight night. Definitely. And a lot of these are ones that could headline a pay-per-view.
Yes.
You got Gaethje and Holloway. That could definitely be a pay-per-view headline.
I like Justin Gaethje, man.
You got Oliveira and Arman Sarukian. That's a huge fight. A lot of people don't know Arman yet, but he's definitely getting well known.
Yep.
He's killing it right now. Bo Nickel, a lot of people are mad that he's in the main card because there's so many other good fights in the prelims. And Dana's doing what he does, promoting and you take a fighter that has a huge following from wrestling, and you try to, bring him up, but he's fighting a guy that definitely is probably the weakest name on this whole entire card in Cody Brundage, who's still a good fighter, but Bo Nickel, I think, is a plus or minus 2,100.
Golly, brother.
So I've been telling everyone, just put $20 on that.
Yeah, on the plus side, I mean, just
because it's like
because you won't win.
If Brundage wins,
you won't win anything on that side.
But if Brundage wins and you put a little bit on him,
what's his plus number though?
It was close. It was almost the same. Let me.
Sheesh. It got to be at least 1,500.
And I know it went down.
It got to be at least 1,500.
Yeah, I mean,
if the minus side is 21, it got to be at least 15 on the plus. Got to be.
It was. It's down to 11 now, but it was okay. About 15.
Yeah.
But that's huge for UFC because usually you might see like 3, 5, but and that's definitely the most. Every other fight.
God.
Plus 120, plus 195, plus 114, plus 150, plus 250. So yeah, nothing else is over 1 or 2,
right?
And then that's so that's the thing. You don't want a fighter that you're trying to promote to be like maybe the next face or a face in the UFC. You don't want him to lose, so you put him up against. So that's the only one that people are mad about.
Yeah,
and then people were mad about the main event because Dana hyped everything up so much. Then when they announced Alex Pereira versus Jamal Hill, people were a little
shout out Hill, man.
A little disappointed with that. But I was telling Jamal the other day, I think we talked on Tuesday. I was telling him, I'm like, this is going to be a card that a lot of people are, saying it's not that great. And then when you really look at it, you're like, wait, it is. But it's a lot of up-and-comers also, basically the next generation of the UFC.
Sure.
So I told him, I'm like, it's going to take 2 or 3 years before people look back at this card and be like, yo, we were tripping to even say this card wasn't dope.
Yeah.
Because even Alex and Jamal for the main event, it's going to be a great fight. These are two people that want to beat each other really bad. They're both strikers. Jamal is better than him if it does go to the ground. Jamal doesn't want to take it to the ground. He wants to knock him out.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people think like, oh, maybe he's just saying that to take him to the ground. He might be.
Yeah.
But talking to him, no. But if it does go to the ground, I know he will gladly take him to the ground and knock him out there if he needs to.
Sure.
But I think Jamal is being slept on, and I'm not just saying that because he's the homie, and he's a very smart fighter.
Sure.
He analyzes fighters. He looks at every single thing they do. And if you watch his fights compared to Alex's fights, Alex has barely won some fights. Won some fights that the other guy was winning before he came and knocked him out, which that's part of fighting too, right?
Absolutely.
You could be losing 5 rounds, and it could be the 5th round, a minute left. You could knock the dude out. Guess who wins? You won, even if you were losing all 5 rounds.
Exactly.
So that's the beauty in fighting. One punch could end it all. That's going back to Cody Brundage and Bo Nickel. Same thing could happen. Brundage might knock him down and knock him out, choke him out. You never know what could happen. So that's why I'm telling people put a little money on Cody Brundage because plus 1,100 is
that's a lot.
It's pretty nice.
That's pretty definitely nice, bro.
You can just put 50 or 20 or 50 or $100 on that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I got a chance to go to Fight Night in Nashville last summer, bro, and I had a blast. Like I literally stayed there. Well, it might have been 10 fights on that card, bro, and I stayed the entire time.
And who was the headliner for that card?
Oh God, I cannot remember. I have to look back.
Yeah,
that was Fight Night in Nashville. So that was in late July, early August when that happened. I forget who the main event was on that card, but I had a blast. And getting to see, that was my very first UFC event that I actually attended.
Oh wow.
Very first one. And got to sit right octagon side, man, right in front of the black apron.
That was Cody Sanhagen and Rob Font.
There you go. Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that. I wouldn't have. I would have to look back at that one. So, but yeah, man. Anybody that has not been to a UFC event, it's. I advise you. I strongly recommend you attend a UFC event, man. Super, super dope stuff out there, man. So, anyway, man. Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk, man. You're live right here with us, Gorilla Cross Network. Everybody that's chiming in to us on the Facebook page, man. We appreciate everybody that's chiming in on the YouTube page. We greatly appreciate you as well. If you want to give us a call, man, 702-608-3259 is the number, man. If you have any comments, any questions, man. If you want to debate, I know it was somebody that I tried not to debate with. I told you at the beginning of the year that one of my, I didn't necessarily call it a resolution, New Year's resolution. I just didn't want to do it anymore. You know what I'm saying? You just put your foot down and say, I'm not going back and forth with nobody on the internet no more about sports, bro. And I did it. 2 nights ago.
It's hard not to.
It's tough. It's especially when someone comments back as if you're a dummy. Like don't do that. Simply because you didn't understand the question that was put forth, don't try to switch it on me and act like I'm the dummy now because you didn't understand. Yeah. That's when I go full force. You know what I'm saying? Like I play it cool.
Who was it?
Quincy? God, it wasn't Q. Q, that's my dog, man. So anytime.
Yeah, but you said Caitlin Clark's gonna be.
Yeah, that I had to.
I've known Q for a long time. He likes really attention. I think he doesn't believe that.
I've been my dog since seventh grade.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Me and Q been friends since we were 12.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm 42.
Whoa.
So we've been friends a really long time, man, and I know Q, man. So I don't think he truly believed what he said.
He was just trying to get attention. He was bored.
He got somebody else to actually agree with him, and he sounded even worse.
Yeah, that's just dumb.
I didn't know the old boy, so I ain't really come at him.
I go
like
on people I don't know.
But to say that Caitlin Clark will be a bust is kind of
just weird.
That's kind of weird. I don't even think Angel Reese will be a bust. I think her offensive skills are limited, so she'd have to do something else like play defense and rebound. Yeah. But I think that keeps her in the league. If she focuses on that keeps her in the league. And hell, it'll probably make her. She'll probably make the all-defensive team. She'll probably lead the league in rebounding. Who knows?
The only way Caitlin's a bust in the WNBA is if she gets hurt, and you can't really count that as a bust.
Right.
Even though they do that with Greg Oden. They mess up people that or mess with people that got hurt and call them a bust. But I just don't think you could do that.
Right. Yeah, I don't subscribe to the whole bust deal. I would say less than stellar or didn't play up to potential, but bust, I'm not subscribing to that. But
there's no way she's going to be a star in the WNBA for a long time.
She'll be a star in the WNBA as will everybody that comes out for the South Carolina Gamecocks. I mean, I just looked up their roster, bro. 14 of the 15 are 5 stars. I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. I saw you posted that video in the group page.
I had no idea.
Not surprising though.
Not surprising.
They're a dominant team.
No,
that's 14 girls that could go to the WNBA.
Unbelievable, unreal, man. Dawn Staley.
And guess who played good against them? Caitlin Clark. She did. That's WNBA type talent. Obviously, there's more veterans of the WNBA, but doubt. Still, people are gonna be fine.
Every rookie, no matter what level, with the exception of Michael Jordan and LeBron James, will go through growing pains.
Well, Jordan definitely did.
He definitely did.
I mean, LeBron did too.
Yeah, LeBron did
you had
too.
to deal with veteran players that didn't like you.
Absolutely.
They thought they were better than you.
Yeah, on your own team.
On your own team. Darius Miles. Respect to him, but
Carlos Boozer.
Carlos Boozer. Was Ricky Davis there at that time? He might have been.
He may have
can't remember.
been. I didn't. If he
bad.
said anything, I didn't see his comments, but we definitely saw Darius Miles and Carlos Boozer in their comments about one LeBron James. And I mean, he said we already have people better than him at his position. Wow. All right, Darius Miles. Right on, brother.
Team that dressed just 7 players. Cavs win, coupled with Denver's loss, left both teams tied with the worst record in the NBA. The result, now the majority of the ping pong balls will be split between both teams. Take a look at the breakdown for next month's drawing.
Chris Mill.
22.5% go to the Cavs and the Nuggets, and it's the Raptors, the Heat,
Cavs
and the
were
Clippers. So
horrible for a long time in this era.
Terrible.
Take LeBron James and automatically you start to get wins.
They had the Mark Price, Brad Daugherty era, and then after that they had nothing.
Listen, so you got the Cavs that choose LeBron James.
And, we went out and we won a game. Tied Denver, so what?
You have the Nuggets that select Carmelo Anthony. Right?
Yeah.
In that draft. You have the Miami Heat that select Dwayne Wade. You have the Toronto Raptors that select Chris Bosh.
Carlos Boozer now has a fake beard.
Yes. And
after he had the
total
fake
hairline. Oh,
yeah,
Ricky Davis
was there. I think they got rid of him before LeBron started playing, though.
And he would come in and make an immediate impact like a Caron Butler, did for the Miami Heat.
Caron Butler.
I don't think you can really just bring a high school player in and really just think your team gonna really turn around like that.
Wow.
If he come, you know what I'm saying, he can just hop on our bandwagon.
Hop on the 17
That's the one I was looking for.
and 65 bandwagon.
That's the one I was looking for.
He can hop
Darius
on.
Miles was low-key out of the league shortly after that.
He can hop on the 17 and 65 bandwagon. Doesn't sound like a bandwagon I want to hop on, Quan. Huh?
And we wonder why LeBron, a lot of people get mad when LeBron trades half the team at the trade deadline. He had to start out his career trading these guys away.
Yeah. It started out.
So, I mean, he was coming in as a rookie just trying to, enjoy his year in the NBA. And before he even got drafted, the night they lose,
he was a GM.
To make it to where Cavs get the first pick, he already had to get rid of some of these players.
That's tough.
Sorry, can't be here if Ricky Davis is here. Can't be here with Darius Miles.
Wow. Most people don't even remember. I mean, if you were into the NBA, you remember Darius Miles, but a regular fan does not remember Darius Miles.
Yeah.
A regular basketball fan doesn't remember Darius Miles. You may or may not remember Carlos Boozer. To be honest with you, he was probably known more for making a USA team than he was for any portion of his career as an NBA player. And I wouldn't even say whether that's even good or bad. I don't even know how to even categorize that. But Carlos Boozer was a decent pro. He was solid. Darius Miles was
Boozer was all-star. Boozer went on to screw the Cavs after that. And then go to Utah and end up being a 5 or 6 time All-Star in a row. So I mean, he was killing it.
He was solid. He definitely was, man. So I'm not going to knock Carlos Boozer all the way, but I mean, come on, bro.
And his science babies are going to be in the NBA in a couple years.
Oh yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
His twins are really, really good basketball players. So, but yeah, man. We appreciate everybody chiming in, man.
What was the argument about? We got off track. What was the argument about?
Yes, we did get off track. It was in reference to quarterbacks. So it was I forget how the question was formulated. I would have to go back and really look at how the question was formulated, but it had to do with it was top quarterbacks. It didn't say where they were drafted. It just said top quarterbacks in the draft. Now, the top quarterback may not have been drafted number 1. That's a thing. Like, top quarterbacks aren't always drafted number 1, but they're the top quarterback in the draft. So I named 10 quarterbacks since the year 2000 that turned out all right in their draft class that were considered the top quarterback. And my man came back and said, "I'll throw the whole list away. None of those dudes were number 1." I'm like, okay. That's not what the question said. But all right, man, you got it. The question didn't say whether they were number 1 picks or not. It said the top quarterback in the draft. What did they go on to do? And I named 10 of them that were either multiple Super Bowl champs, MVPs, or both. I named 10 quarterbacks that did it since the year 2000.
Wow. And
I was met with vitriol because he didn't understand the question that was raised.
What did he think the question was?
He may have thought it was number 1 overall picks. Which we can name a ton of number 1 overall pick quarterbacks that didn't. That would have been a easy.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
They're all over the place.
Forever. Huh? Yeah, that's been going on forever.
It's been going on for years. We can name a ton of those.
Yeah.
But, some people may or may not, understand English or comprehend English. So it is what it is, man. Shout out Chris Wynn chiming in with us, man, on the Facebook, on the YouTube live, man. We appreciate you as always, brother. Love his dialogue, man. Love when he talks sports, man. Chris Wynn, man, is a brilliant sports mind that I enjoy listening to thoroughly, man. We appreciate you, brother. As always, man. He has some words about Caitlin Clark. It looks like, man. It says she'll be fine. And by the way, she'll be a multimillionaire off the court, no question. Yeah, absolutely. She's a multimillionaire now.
Yeah.
So she'll definitely be a multimillionaire off the court once she starts her pro career. Getting back to South Carolina and those 14 5-stars. We at this desk for the entire year, if you paid attention to any of our shows throughout this year, and dating back to last year, obviously, when the college basketball season started, there was no doubt in anyone's mind that the South Carolina Gamecocks were going to win the national title. None whatsoever. I don't think anybody ever doubted that. I don't think anybody ever questioned whether Don Staley was going to repeat, was going to be was going to win another title. I don't think anyone like, oh man, such and such may have an outside chance, or such and such.
People had chances. Like I thought LSU would have had a chance the way they played them in the conference tournament. And stuff like that. So I thought teams had a chance. I think Iowa had a chance. In the first quarter, they looked like, they could win it.
Yeah. And then South Carolina happened.
They're just too
good.
They're too good. They're too big. And that's
too big.
That's the most important thing about that team. It's like, that's a big squad, bro. That's
big squad.
It's hard to, Iowa cannot rebound over that at all. Like, there was no chance.
There was nothing that they could do.
If they would have had some bigger girls to be able to rebound,
maybe
bigger women, my bad.
Yeah.
Bigger theys. Then I really think they could have won the game because it was a close game most game, but they just couldn't rebound to save their lives. And if you can't rebound, you cannot win a game in the NBA.
It's not happening. Not happening, man. So again, man, big shout out, man. Big salute to Dawn Staley and her South Carolina Gamecocks winning it again. 101-2 in the last 3 years? That's crazy.
Yeah, something like that. Something really good.
Something dumb like that.
Really
Come on. Come on, bro. 2 losses? 3 losses? Come on, y'all. Unreal stuff. And looking at the leaderboard here at the Masters, man, Colin Morikawa has taken the lead at 6 under for the tournament. Colin Morikawa, man, is your leader. Bryson DeChambeau right behind him at 5 under with Max Homa. Scotty Scheffler is now in 6th. Cam Smith is crept up. He's 2 under for the tournament. And Scotty Scheffler has dropped back behind. Well, he's tied with Cam Smith now at 2 under for the tournament. So, yeah, man, they're just too big, man. Yeah, man, Chris Wynn, here come Colin Morikawa, man, the Cali kid. He's coming. Yes, sir. Chris Wynn said, here comes Colin Morikawa. He said, I know off topic, but Goose is a golf guy, Quan. Yes, I am, bro. I am, man, and I love talking about it, man. You already know, brother. I appreciate you, man. Look, man, the NBA playoff bracket has shaped up. And I believe you said this a couple of shows ago, or maybe even last show, Quan, when we were talking. 10th place isn't a bad team anymore.
No.
You're not a bad team. And I've noticed, and I don't know, please tell me if you noticed the same. Teams are now pacing themselves and not pushing so hard during the regular season. And it's like now, and I may sound crazy when I say this, man, but forgive me. You may want to be in one of those top 6 spots. That's the goal, so you won't have to play in the play-in. But it seems to me that teams don't mind it anymore, bro. Like, because when the play-in first started, people kind of had mixed emotions about it. I was one of the ones that was kind of on the fence initially, but then when I saw it, I'm like, yo, this could actually be something. This is actually okay. But now I see teams embracing being the 10th and 9th and 8th. Like, I see teams embracing that, man. What do you see with it?
I think Lakers did it last year. They got to the Western Conference Finals. Miami did it last year, got to the NBA Finals. Yeah. I think it's working for them right now. Mm-hmm. But when a team like the Lakers gets eliminated from the play-in tournament, that's when things are going to turn.
Yep.
And I think it's going to take that to happen for these teams to realize, like, okay, maybe we shouldn't be playing for the play-in.
Right.
And it's going to happen soon. It might happen this year where Phoenix or Lakers or Golden State or maybe 2 of the 3 don't even make it to the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And the NBA is not going to like that much either.
No.
Seeing teams with 3 of the top superstars in the league, especially on their way out. You know, I think all 3 of them maybe have 4 or 5 years max left in them.
We looking at Kevin Durant. How long Kevin Durant been in the league?
He's like 35 or 36 right now.
This is 14th season in the league.
He's been in there for a while.
Probably 15th season because he came in after his freshman year at Texas.
Yeah. Whew. Yeah, he's been there for a while. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, I think that's what's going to happen, like especially the Lakers, because they did it last year, so that's why I think people weren't really worried about them, where they've been all year, like in 9th place.
Sure.
Which I think they boosted up to 8th. Last night.
Yeah, I think they're in the 8th slot now after their win last night.
And they could stay there if they beat Pelicans.
Yeah.
And then Phoenix is at 7 right now. If they win and Pelicans lose, they go back up to 6. Mm-hmm. But if they lose and Pelicans lose, they stay at 7. Mm-hmm. But I think Lakers, all they have to do is beat the Pelicans. They stay where they're at. If not, I think they could even drop down to 11 because Sacramento and Golden State both have the tiebreaker over the Lakers. So if everyone wins out, it stays where it's at right now.
Sure.
But, Lakers could fall or they could stay where they're at.
So they will fall to what? 9? I mean, it really doesn't matter. The 9 going to play the 10. It's a matter of hosting the game.
Yeah,
correct?
I mean, yeah, which is a big deal
That's
though,
a huge
because
deal.
the 9 and 10 have to play twice.
Right.
Like whoever wins the 9 and
Right.
10 plays the loser of the 7-8.
Right.
So the winner of the 7-8, you play one game and move on to the playoffs.
Right.
And you get the 7th seed.
Mm-hmm.
Then you play for the 8th seed, so the 8 or whoever wins the 7 and 8 plays against the 9 and 10. So if you're 9 and 10, you have to play twice for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And if you lose that game, that 9 and 10, which if Lakers are playing Golden State in San Francisco, and Golden State's already beat them 3 out of the 4 times,
Yeah.
4 times they played.
Yep.
You know, you don't want to do that to have to make the playoffs. So Lakers need this game against the Pelicans is a playoff game.
Yeah.
Last night was a playoff game too, and they almost lost to a G League team, which I was not happy about that at all.
Right. That's right now they're a G League.
Even
team.
though for Memphis it was their opportunity to like show out, but when you know a team's like that, they have nothing to lose, and they're playing like they pulled all their starters.
Sure.
They pulled most of their bench.
Yeah.
They were literally playing against a G League team last night and almost lost that game.
Jeez.
Which to me that was very disturbing. They should have won that game by 20 or 30, been able to rest LeBron and AD.
Sure.
You know, the second half of the game or at least the fourth quarter, and then been ready for this game against Pelicans, which is a playoff game to me tomorrow night.
Because where are the Pelicans sitting right now?
Right now, they're 6, half a game ahead of Phoenix. So that's why Devin Booker was saying go Lakers on Twitter because he wants Lakers to beat the Pelicans. But Phoenix still has to beat who do they play? I think, do they play tonight?
Scotty
Phoenix
with an eagle,
is at,
man. Wow.
at Minnesota, which Minnesota is still trying to get that first spot.
Right.
So if Suns lose tonight, it doesn't matter. I think Suns are stuck in 7.
Now, let's look at some scenarios, right? So, to your point, let's just say Minnesota wins out. They take the number 1 slot. Lakers win. They're in the 8th spot.
So here's the interesting thing.
I like that matchup.
Here's the interesting thing in the top of the West. OKC is 56-25 at the number 1 spot.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota is 56-25 at the number 2 spot. Mm-hmm. Denver is 56-25 at the number 3 spot. There's a 3-way tie.
Who holds the tiebreaker?
Well, it's 1, 2, 3
with the 1 and 2 spot though.
Well, it's 1, 2, 3. So
Minnesota.
OKC's up at number 1. So obviously, like
but there's no tiebreaker.
It must be it because they have OKC at top.
Got you.
Because if there was a tiebreaker, Minnesota they would have reversed it.
Got you.
So this is crazy. Like these next 2 nights, folks, if you guys aren't watching the NBA, these are playoff games. These are seeding games to see who's playing, who gets the first pick and home court advantage through it all. Because everyone's saying Denver's probably going to repeat, but guess what? If they're on the road against Minnesota, maybe not. Maybe Minnesota actually did play them well last year in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They had a lot of turmoil going on.
Yeah.
They had a lot of, locker room stuff going on. They don't have that going on this year.
Sure.
Anthony Edwards is better this year.
Much
Cat's
better.
supposed to return tonight from that knee injury.
What do you think about
This is
inserting
wild.
Cat back into that? I personally don't think he makes much of a difference, especially in the playoffs. Regular season, yeah. Come playoff time, I don't know, man. I'm not.
He might. He needs to. I mean, it's
He
his
needs
time
to.
to
He
step up
should.
because he's been in the league a lot longer than people think.
Yeah.
People think he's still young because he hasn't done anything.
Nah, he's not young.
He's not young anymore.
No.
And he hasn't done anything in the league at all.
No.
As far as like advancing. Nas Reed taking his place
Yes. And they were
has
comfortable
low
with it.
key been a really good fit.
Very.
To the point that I look at this like Cat, if they don't advance past the first round and they see what you could have someone like Nas Reed fill that spot.
Yeah.
And that gives Anthony Edwards more room just to be the scorer and be the star that he is. You could look at them trading Cat and getting some of those picks back that they gave up for Gobert and get and develop even more of a bench.
How many picks do you think they can really get for Cat?
Oh, they can definitely get a first round for Cat and some vets.
Okay.
They could listen.
Okay.
He puts up numbers.
No doubt. That's
And people are looking
That's
at
the
that.
thing.
He's still an all-star.
That's the thing.
So that's not taking that away from anything. Right. He might not be a good fit with Edwards. That might not be, and he might want to be the best player over Edwards, which isn't going to happen, especially next year. Like they might be even this year. Come next year, Anthony Edwards is the star of not just that team, but maybe the league.
I think the league.
And depending on if Minnesota comes through and gets deep into the playoffs, gets to the Western Conference Finals, gets to the finals. Listen, man, Anthony Edwards could really make a name for himself. For people that don't know who he is yet, he's only 22.
Right.
He's going to be, in my mind, the next great player. Him, Luka.
I agree.
You got Wemby.
Yeah.
The NBA is going to look very different and very good moving forward.
Oh, it's definitely in good hands. I think right now, if you're looking at the top 3 young guys, not overall, just top 3 young guys, Anthony Edwards, Luka Doncic, and insert third player here.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
I won't argue with you.
Could put Ja Morant in there, even though he missed all year.
I have to go with Shai because we've
seen
him.
And guns.
Yeah, I have to go with Shai because we've seen him.
I mean, he's an MVP
he's
right
an
now.
MVP candidate. Absolutely.
And Joker's still not old.
No, he's 27, 8?
27, 28?
Yeah, but
he's still
that young, which meaning like 25 and under. Yeah. So he's one of those guys. So, yeah, excuse me. That's tough, but you're right. They advance and go, Western Conference Finals or even to the finals. Cat is expendable at that point. He's very much expendable at that point. So I wouldn't necessarily like bank on Cat being in a Minnesota Timberwolves.
Cat has to do something in the playoffs to prove that he's a second star that could actually help them win in the playoffs. Because Anthony Edwards is going to be that star that could help them win in the playoffs, and they could get to the championship. He's that type of player.
Sure.
We have to see if Cat is that type of player to be the second star to be able to help propel them as well in the playoffs. So like you put up cool numbers. Stats do not impress me when you look at players' body language, when you look at their zestiness, that they're more important, the
zestiness is a thing
more
now.
Concerned about than
it's a real thing.
Going back to the lineup, so let's say playoffs started today. It would be Lakers versus OKC in the first round. Not worried about OKC. We've dominated them all year.
Not worried.
With or with LeBron, LeBron.
Yep.
Minnesota, I'm not really scared as a Laker fan of Minnesota. We match up and play them really well. Also, and we have the experience. Denver, we don't want to face Denver in the first round of the playoffs because we'll lose.
Yeah, I don't want to see Denver.
Not worried about the Clippers, not worried about Dallas, not worried about New Orleans. I'm only worried about one team for the Lakers in the playoffs. And that's
Denver Nuggets.
Being worried about Golden State, too, if we have to play them in the play-in to go to the playoffs.
Right.
That's an issue also. But we got a scenario where Golden State and Sac, one of them, right now how it stands, one of them is going out. They both have 36 losses, but one of them is not making it to the playoffs. And then both of them might not make the playoffs. Because if Lakers and Phoenix play for the play-in, Lakers have matched up well against Phoenix. They've been back and forth. I think they're 2-2 for the season, but I'm not really worried about Phoenix. Is Bradley Beal going to play a 7-game series when they get to the playoffs?
I'm not worried about Phoenix stopping anybody.
Who they stopping?
It's not necessarily the players that they have.
Recently,
yes.
They've got blown out a lot.
Yes. I'm not worried about them stopping anybody. They can score, sure. But everybody knows come playoff time, if you can't stop anybody, you're not going to win.
Yep.
The court shrinks. There's a lot of half-court basketball come playoff time.
And no matter what the refs say or Adam Silver says, it's called differently in the playoffs.
Totally. So I'm not worried about these teams that get up and down the court all year long, run and gun in the playoffs. I'm not, because most likely they haven't stopped anybody. They've just outscored them.
Yeah.
And when you going from city to city, 4 games in 5 nights, nobody's keying in on stopping anybody in the half court for 82 games. Now, when I play every other day and I get to study you, now the game switches. Game switches up now. So, I don't know. I got into it with my pops about this one time. It was some years ago when he talked about, the playoffs. I told him that, come playoff time, it's different. Oh, no, son. Nah, you got to look at it the same way you look at it during the regular season. No, sir. No, sir.
Because regular season, you could take some losses. You could lose 3 games in a row, and it's like, okay, cool, you're on a losing streak.
I got 50 more of these.
Then you can win 5 to 10 in a row, and you're good.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Yeah.
So I finally got him to kind of come around on that point, and he finally started agreeing with me. Once he started, we watched some games together, and I'm showing him. I'm like, Dad, look, this is what I'm talking about.
That's like saying a boxer sparring and fighting for the championship is the same thing. It's a little bit different.
It's a lot different. No question about it, man. Look, we appreciate everybody for chiming in. Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk right here on the Gorilla Cross Network. Look, if you are on YouTube, please do not hesitate. Follow us right now. Please like and subscribe to the Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk YouTube page right now. We will be streaming live right from our YouTube page from here on out. So please, please, please like and subscribe, man. Shout out to Dre Bailey out there in Long Beach. Shout out to Bill Blockham Logan, man. He's probably working today.
Bill, come work over here in my alley.
Shout out Billy Logan, man. And shout out Quan59 for doing what he does for us every single week right here, man. Manning the boards for us. So we can bring you the best in sports talk, man. Look, that is all we have this week. We'll be back next week, man. We appreciate everybody chiming in. Enjoy your UFC 300. Enjoy the rest of the third round of the Masters. A lot of MLB tonight. Looks like my Braves are losing to the Miami Marlins. I think we down 5-1, 6-1 at this point.
What are you guys going to do? You might not make the playoffs.
Oh, man, it's going to be tough. It's tough.
We got 400 more games left.
Thoroughly own the Miami Marlins, so I'm not really concerned, man. But yeah, man, we appreciate everybody chiming in this week, man. You know what? If you're scared, you better go to church. Yeah.